Hello, beautiful people. I'm here to share some of my thoughts and investigations into something I recently discovered, which was surprising and shocking and terrifying. And that 82% of herbal books on Amazon as of now, and this is November 2025, are written by AI. And there's many reasons this is problematic. Um, well, maybe I'll start there. One, as an herbalist for over 30 years, like we're a craft. We are herbalists are trained, we apprentice, we study, we learn, we're peer reviewed to be able to share our work in the world so that there's an integrity and an ethic and a safety with herbal medicine so people aren't just dispensing information that's false or dangerous in terms of things like contraindications with medications, interactions, or contraindications in terms of pregnancy or certain illnesses. There's so many reasons to be concerned, um, just on a public health safety level, let alone it undermining the thousands of year old craft of herbalism of people and communities around the world, who, whether we are trained by our elders, our families, or we go to school to learn herbalism, it's a I've been studying for over 30 years and I'm still learning. And one of my ethics is similar to the Hippocrates oath, like do no harm. Always, when I work with clients, it's almost 2 hour intake, a very detailed intake to get their health history, to learn about their medications, the family history, any surgeries, any diagnoses, their diet, their exercise, their sleep, their stress level. Once I have all this information, I feel comfortable to just, to give them herbs, to make them a formula. When I wrote my book, The Curanderx Toolkit, I was really aware that this book was going into the world without me there to monitor how people used it. So I was really careful to include information um, that was safe, that was accessible, to talk about herbs that have very few, if any, contraindications, that are easily available, and all of that. Because as an author, you don't have control over what people do with your material. So, and the other thing, as an author of an herbal book, it is, I've heard these stories that AI is taking over, but I really am shocked, surprised, terrified. Here comes my cat coming in the door, that now the herbal industry is coming into, or is being invaded by AI. I'm going to pause this to take care of Kitty. Back now with Lila, my coworker, in her spot. She has, as all animals do, this incredible ability to know when their human is doing something that shouldn't be interrupted. So, anyways, I'm sure she has a lot to say about AI, right? Um, so, anyways, I'm sharing now this screen, right, of the what I saw in I think it was first an herbalist on Instagram who shared that this study. So this was in The Guardian. Detection firm finds 82% of herbal remedies on Amazon likely written by AI. So they scanned, and the title says 558 titles between January and September. So, wow. And oh, I think what I didn't say, I didn't finish this. We'll go into this, but as an herbalist, as an author, it just, again, I'm shocked, angered that those of us who've dedicated our lives to the path, who really scrape to make a living, like don't go into herbalism if you're trying to be a millionaire or even, high paid. It's a lot of us. It's really a calling, a labor of love. And as someone who gets a very small percentage of my book sales that actually go into my pocket, and I think that's not uncommon for authors, that I'm competing with AI, that we're competing with AI, just like in all the industries, in the music and the film and books. So I just want us to be informed consumers. So I'm going to scroll down to the part that is highlighted because I think, they said some red flags, and then we're going to go through some of these. They say, um, interesting, a lot of the names of the authors are like nature themed. Like you may see rose, fern, clove. They say they use a lot of emojis, plant emojis. Um, and you also have to see who they're referencing in terms of the references or the bibliography of the book, because some may be citing, literally quacks out there. And then another thing you can do, and I don't know if this is on it, but yeah, you can research the author, and I'll do this. So like if someone has written a book and they're out there in the world, like at very least they're going to have a website. Most of us have an Instagram, a Facebook, whatever. We're out there in the world. So you can do a little background check, find the book, and then see, do a little background check on the author. So I'm going to click to another page because we're going to Amazon. Amazon bestsellers in herbal remedies. And as you can see, the top bestseller book is called The Natural Healing Handbook by Fibli Luna. So is Fibli Luna a human? Are they an AI? Let's look into this. So we're going to click on their page. One clue is also to see when the book came out, right? Because I don't know when AI started authoring books, but this book came out in 2025. Maybe the hardback came out earlier. I guess I'll have to look into that. But this came out in 2025. Blah, blah, blah. Here, let's go to about the author. Um, so Luna Fibli, she's an author in Byron Bay, Australia. My Harmony Herb. So let's see if she is a real person. She might be. I think this is, we're going to see. We're going to do Luna Fibli on My Harmony Herb. We're going to do a little search. So we did a search, Luna Fibli, um, even AI. So now when you do a AI or when you do a search, you get AI. It's funny. AI is calling out AI. This is her work, the bestseller, The Natural Healing Handbook. However, the existence of Luna Fibli as a real person is currently under scrutiny. Um, So we did not find anything, let's see, going down. They're calling her out in that article. My Harmony Herb. She's on Goodreads, but we don't see anything about her as a human. And let's just do My Harmony Herb Australia, because that's where she's supposedly. There's Herb Harmony, but that's not My Harmony. So this Luna Fibli has no internet presence. So that's a big, big red flag. And she has this lovely name, Luna. I actually have human flesh and blood friends named Luna. Not no shade to that name, but again, AI is trying to sound all cutesy and herbal and nature based. So, and even AI itself, if we go back, is calling out if this Luna is a real person. And AI can generate images. So her bio, she's from the coastal town of Byron Bay, always found peace and inspiration in nature, surrounded by lush forests, rolling hills, and the calming rhythm of the ocean. Her connection to the natural world began in early life. So I don't know. She could be real, but it's also a little like idyllic. And even I'm guessing the way they crafted her bio, AI was taking it from a lot of other herbalists. Um, Join Luna on this fulfilling journey and discover how herbal wellness can transform your life. So, is Luna Fibly real? I would say no, she's an AI. Don't buy her book, even though it's the #1 book on Amazon. Let's go back to another book on Amazon, Herbal Bestsellers. #2, The Natural Healing Handbook. Interesting, similar cover. Oh, it also came out in 2025. What do you know? Um, Hannah Green. Interesting, a name called Green. Um, Herbal. Where is our lovely Hannah Green? Oh, she doesn't have a page. Um, we cannot find anything about Hannah Green. She is mysterious, so let's just do um, Hannah with an H. Do search. Hannah Green herbalist. Um, oh, also from, oh no, there's a qualified herbalist named Hannah Green, but is she the one who wrote this book? We don't know. So, nope, it looks like a different, yeah, because she has different credentials here. So you can see there's Hannah Green author, and then Hannah Green NIMH herbalist. It doesn't look like it's the same person. Um, So I'm again suspecting her. Um, and here's a Hannah Green on Instagram. Again, she's getting a shout out. I don't know her. Um, where is she? If she wrote a book, she would probably say it. Let's look at her link tree. Um, yeah, nothing on her site goes back to the book. So I'm guessing this Hannah Green, who we can't even find a picture of, is potentially, I mean, they don't even give her a bio. Um, so AI didn't even do their due diligence to give this fake person a bio. Let's look at, okay, I will say I'm going to do some episodes on real people human flesh people who wrote books. Rosemary Glatzer is one of them. I will talk about her. She's #3, so there is a human in there. And then it's interesting, these AI books have kind of, I would guess, this one that look at their similar cover to the other two. Just Marianne. She's just plain old Marianne, Natural Healing um, Handbook. And when did her book come out? Let's see. It doesn't say up on the top. I'm guessing it's 2025 or but let's look up Marianne as an author. Marianne, she's a devoted mother, natural health researcher, but let's see if she's real. Uh, Marianne Herbalist author. So she's a devoted mother. Oh, here we found, oh, here there's but that's on Amazon. Um, again, they don't give her the just goes back to Amazon. All books by Mary Ann, but Mary Ann, this person doesn't seem to have any Instagram, no author page, no, I mean, as someone who wrote a book, like usually very least your publisher will promote it. I mean, maybe it's self-published, so that's where she is, but so she has 20 years experience, but we also can't find any um real real Mary Ann um any information about Mary Ann. And I mean, it's kind of crazy. So now we're seeing this kind of prototype of these books. Some of these are real, Rosemary Gladstar, James Green. I'll talk about all these, but there was one that I found. Oh, here's someone, Max Wren. See this, they're using this kind of like brown toned up. Some of these are real books. There was one like herbal apocalypse or something like that I wanted to talk about. But anyways, that's good for now. Um, just so you can have a little bit of information, and I would say do your due diligence before you buy a book. Look up the author. Is it that kind of generic tan classic herbal book look? Does the author have kind of a wholesome herbal or plant-based name? I mean, Mary Ann didn't, but I don't know. That's like a herbalist stereotype. Um, I mean, it's really playing into a very white kind of female herbalist stereotype. I will say that. Um, Find it. Do they have an Instagram? Any other information, interviews. I mean, again, as an author, if you're putting your book out there, I mean, I've had to hustle to get on podcasts, to get interviews, to just share about my book. So a real human would have to do that. So I hope this was helpful. I'll follow up with some book reviews, just talking about my favorite books, and I will start with Rosemary Gladstar, who is a human. She's alive. She's really like the grandmother of herbalism here in North America, in terms of the movement, like really bringing herbalism to where it is today. She's done a lot for the community. So I'll share some of my favorite books by humans, and I also wrote a book called the Curanderx Toolkit, Reclaiming Ancestral Latinx Plant Medicine and Rituals for Healing. I am a human. Um, I don't know how I can prove that, but look me up on the internet. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for listening.